From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley with today's cash close, and we're right on it right now. Well, it looks like small buyers on the cash close, but nothing major here. You know what? Turnaround Tuesday, which has been one of our favorite buy days all year, turned around all right. It was turned around to the downside for most of the day. Now, out of the first 29 Tuesdays of the year in 2013, 22 have been up and 7 have been down, not including today. So you can see how powerful the day is itself. And if anything, it's been one big, long, slow burner to the downside today. The expectations about the Fed meeting and all sorts of news, it just didn't really come to fruition. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 1688 even after the open or mid-morning. The low came in at 1677 half midday. That equals the MrTopStep 10 handle rule. And for those of you that don't think that the S&P moves in 10 handle increments, you really should give this another look. And last, we're 1683 even. We're up 0.50 handles. We're up a half a handle here. It's nothing. Total volume, we've got 1.2 million minis traded and 2,000 big S&Ps traded in the pit. Not a lot of meat to chop off the bone in there. MOC, we had a whopping 1.2 billion for sale. Now tomorrow and Thursday, there's a deluge of economic earnings reports and Fed speak. And I think there's a total of 18 economic reports over the next 2 days. So, and then that's leading up to Friday's unemployment report. Now, the only thing that we can say to you guys is that we're full blown in the dog days of summer. Volume throughout the floor. Over in the Eurodollars, I said this on thestreet.com today with a video that we did. They did 3.4 million options here about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago in the Eurodollar futures and options. And they're doing about a third of that today. And over in the 10-year note options, kind of the bellwether of the floor, we're not seeing any action out of there. So that tells us people are kind of locking down the camp right now. The S&P up 19% on the year, all sorts of uncertainty going into the end of the week, and as we go into the second day of the Fed meeting, there's just not enough going on down here for any kind of actual big-time trade. Here in the S&P pit itself, we got about 60 locals, but you know what? They're in here all day trying to pound it out, but there's just no orders to trade off. We'll see you tomorrow on the opening print.